Hello everyone, welcome back to our Burton Albion England DNA series. Right, so it is not looking good today at all. We have had a lot of defeats recently, and you know how I said that changing the tactic was sort of out of the question because of how we did last year? Yeah, that's going to change. And the reason is simply this. Yes, we are 1 point ahead of the relegation zone with a game in hand, but we have got an awful lot of tough games to play still. We've got Arsenal at home, Liverpool at home, but then City away, United away last game of the season. So effectively, right off the last game of the season, we have 37 games to play. Yeah, not looking good at all. We play Watford at home, which is good. We play Fulham away, which is good. We also do play Leicester. There's a chance to get out of it, but we have to do something different, I think. The only games we've won recently were Leicester themselves, who were just below us in the league. We beat Brighton at home, and then we drew Sunderland away. And apart from those games, it's been absolutely fucking dreadful, if you don't mind me saying there. It's been terrible. We've been absolutely shocking. We can't create anything. And I'm going to change the tactic. And I've got to the realisation that actually, I think playing 3 centre-backs is no longer a good option for us. And the reason I say that is, Mitchell King is a starting level centre-back in the Premier League, absolutely. So is Kyle Andrew. I don't need to tell everybody that's watching the series that Kyle Andrew is definitely also going to be a starting player. All the players in their current positions of the formation. And then also probably Steve Torrance. And then that's it. So playing 3 centre-backs, whenever one of them is out, you're playing your Stevenson forward, who's okay, but not great. Or you're playing somebody like a Scott Rainsford. And I just feel like that it's not even just about strength in depth, the position. It's not really about that. It's about also getting your best players on the pitch. And I think that Stephen Hudson playing as a lower pivots maybe in like a 4-2-3-1, something like this, which is our Moneyball Tactic that we use in the Paris FC save, that we ended up with anyway. My gut feeling is to try and play something like this and tweak it game to game, depending on who we've got available and who we're playing against. That's my gut feeling, is to do that right now. It gives me 2 controllers, and we've got players. We've got Giannis, we've got Lee Burley, we've got Hudson. We've got 3 players that can play those positions and not be a problem. And then here you've got Lee Burley, you've got Steve Torrance, you've got 2 players that can play left back if required, I would say. It means that players like Locke would come out of the squad almost entirely. Maybe he's a good backup winger, but he's not playing anyway, so it's not really a big deal. It means players like Dylan Wilson would likely not play at all. Again, not sure that's a huge loss. He's great off the bench, but is he a great player? Probably not. So we're sort of looking at getting our best team on the pitch. Aaron Oxley plays striker, that wouldn't be a problem. Abdi Bidding plays on the right wing. Kieran plays on the left. Kramer plays as a 10. That's how it probably go. And then Howard would be maybe a backup winger. And he's 22. He's worth loads of money. He's not improving. I think this is as good as he's going to be. So a backup winger is likely to be what he is. Probably not good enough for that either, though. It's tough. Solutions are looking slim. We do have a lot of players with pace. I promoted Declan Morris. He got a couple of games at wing back. Was terrible. Got Brendan Hughes, obviously, as well to play in that sort of... So, yeah, if you include Brendan Hughes as well in that sort of... If we think about the 3 behind the striker, right? Think about the 3 players behind the striker. You've got Brendan Hughes, you've got Benim, you've got Kiernan and Kwame. You've got 4 good players. So you can afford to have 1 injury and still have a good starting 11 in those positions. If you lose 2 players to injury, you're struggling. But that's the case with the current system anyway, with the sort of front 3, as it were. So I think that's potentially the way to go. And outside of that, it's going to be something brand new from a tactical perspective, because I like this tactic. It does well for what we had. I'm not sure it's a brilliant tactic overall. It's just a half-decent one. And yeah, it's demoralising. I love this team. I love the save. I love everybody watching and coming and joining me for these videos. But this team is a bit demoralising. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 games in today's episode. We're going to do Real Madrid, AC Milan, because I want you to see the lads play at the Bernabeu and at the San Siro. Well, actually, at home, that one is, but the Bernabeu anyway. And then, or the Bernabeu. Yeah, we're going to play those 2 games. So you get to see 2 games in the Champions League. We're also on course at the moment to getting into the knockout. So currently the PSV, who are the one team outside that list there, they're on 8 points. So it's going to be close. But yeah, what we're going to do, play those 2 games, and then we're going to play Everton, then Bournemouth. So you're going to get 2 league matches as well, which I thought was a good way to do it. We're also out the FA Cup, because it was 4-0 to Ipswich, who are in the Championship. So that's great. That's when I knew we were in trouble, because that was pretty much the first team. So there we are. playing this tactic might not even be enough because I think we might need to go to 2 strikers to try and get ourselves more goals. We are terrible, ladies and gentlemen, so there you go. Right, we're going to play those 4 games there. Now, what's the plan? The plan is this. This is the plan. The Great Escape. There's something ingrained into British culture about recreating the Battle of Dunkirk, the spirit of Dunkirk, right, where you're up against it, the odds are completely against you, and you just find a way to survive. There's something in Britain where, especially English football, where, you know, when a team that's in the relegation zone, they're defending for their lives and they clear it away 20 times the last 2 minutes of the game and they hold on for dear life and they scrape a 1-0 win, 1 shot on target. There's a real, appreciation for that style of football and that sort of ability to do that. That's maybe not shared as much by other cultures. And I remember reading one time, there's like a spirit of Dunkirk, something ingrained into the British culture a little bit, and it comes out in a sporting context at times. And I thought there is a bit of truth to that in certain moments, of course. But there we go. So, yeah, spirit of Dunkirk, that's what we need right now. We are technically outside the relegation zone. We've got the toughest run of any side at the bottom. In fact, Fulham have a game in hand on us, but they're quite far behind still. Yeah, but we've got to play Leicester away, so it's up for grabs. We could easily go down here. I'm not going to lie to you. I hope we don't, but it's possible. So we'll see. But in terms of Real Madrid, so what we're going to do is we're going to play. This is the plan. We're going to play the normal tactic against Real Madrid. We're going to get beat, and we're okay with that. Then against against Milan, we're going to play our new tactic and get a game out of the lads in the new tactic, and we'll see what happens. If we don't win that game, if it's a draw or a loss, we'll do a squad team talk going into those 2 games with our new tactic. We don't want to give them 2 games knowing that it's coming Everton. We want to give them just 1 game that it might be coming and then play Everton again. So we'll go with that. Unfortunately, Oxby and Benim are both suspended, which is what I've just realised. So are they? Okay, so we're likely going to drop points there as well because we don't have any of our 2 top forward players. And then we'll try and win the last game of the episode. So not great, is it? That's what you get when you get yourselves in the Champions League with a relegation battling team, I guess. So we'll go first team. Play our normal tactic, of course. Like that. Helder's got a knock. He's going to come out. And we'll play... Declan Morris can play. Why not? Who cares? Who cares at this point? Right, okay. We'll see if we can get... we could get a shot result. Obviously, I'm assuming we're going to lose this game. I'm not obviously hoping that we don't. Oxby can play both matches because he's going to be suspended anyway for the game after in the league. So we'll see how we get on. Here we go then. Burton Albion going out the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. Here we go. Assistant manager says, when he said for our recent bad run of results, I completely agree. There you go. There's the Champions League music a bit louder for you. Yeah, the boys are going out. This is a big game, this. Because if we can get a draw, I think we might put ourselves in a chance to go through. There we are. Anyway, come on, Burton. Okay, first highlight of the half, and it's coming just up to half time here. It's a good job I decided to do 4 games in today's episode. They're going to play from the back. They go through as Rodrigo's onside, goes through, Torrance gets it, lets him shoot anyway, and they miss it. Half time, so we'll say, dig in. Come on, lads. Got a chance for an upset here. Corner for Real Madrid, whipped in towards the near post, headed away. Edge of the area, shot goes over the bar. The Dunkirk spirit's coming. Here we go, lads. Here we go. Going to take off Tom Kidd and throw on Dylan Wilson. And I think Kwame can come on for Oxby because he's probably going to have to play at striker anyway. Highlight it. They play into the middle, do Real Madrid. They're going behind to their striker. They go through and he blazes it way over the bar. Let's make a change. Declan Morris isn't playing great. He's going to come off. And there is slim pickings of who's going to go left wing back. Actually, no, Burley can. Giannis goes CDM. That's actually not a bad sub for us. And that might be the last sub that we make unless they score. Because that's probably the best team we could leave out there to try and survive. Free kick for Burton. It's going to be Hudson. Hudson can score from this range. Howden normally takes them and he's not playing. Hudson shoots. Oh, and it's not that far away either. 70th minute. Real Madrid are going to play from the back. They build an attack here down the left-hand side. They go left. No, they do, but Hughes gets there. It can't be, surely. After all the shit that I've been watching off camera, can we steal a victory at the Bernabeu? Burley. Torrance. In behind to nobody. That's the kind of shot I've been watching all day and yesterday off camera. And, okay, red card could be. No, okay, we're still surviving. I mean, they must be like 20th in their division if they're playing like this against us. Benim goes through, plays it to Brennan Hughes, goes through into Kwame. Oh, he nearly scored as well. Yeah, double checking the bench. There's nothing there, lads. Right, we'll go defensive, I think, and try and see out the game to see if we can sneak ourselves a a draw. I've been having to resort to go into Segundo Volante as well to try and set the game. After a couple of games, we dropped points winning positions. Highlight is going to happen, though, before my defensive changes come in. It'd be gutted to concede now. But it would be very fitting also as well for how things have been going. We survive. And I think we should survive the highlight. Are we? Ooh. I tell you what, right. Norval has done about 4 of these in the last month where it's been a weak shot. It's sort of hit him and easily gone in. If that counts, you're a disgrace, Norval. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. Should have kept Aled Harrison. Highlight it. Norval's going to probably throw it into his own net at this point, or kick it straight to a Madrid player. Just get off the ball. You're fucking annoying me, you are. Honestly, if you've been watching off camera with me, you'd be understanding my frustration with Norval in particular. There's so many of those type of goals. I mean, well, 2-0. The game finished 2-0. We actually played pretty well and competed for large periods. Basically, the goalkeeper gave them the win. Yeah, not great. Okay, I'll see you in a week's time for the Milan games. We've got a week to practice our new tactic. We're going to train it as well in that time. And we already are training actually, so that's all looking good. So we'll train the tactic, and I'll see you in a week's time for the game against AC Milan. Okay, so here we go then. Your team is going to be Norval in goal, Torrance, Andrew King, Giannis across the back, Burley and Miller at pivot, Kwame as a 10, Beneem, Kidden wide, Oxby as your striker. And it's likely Oxby will play the 490 because he can't play the next league match. Neither can Beneem, so we'll see how we go here. Assistant manager says, show everybody what we're all about. So, okay. So in terms of actually the league table before we start the match properly, let's get into the league table here. So we're currently just inside. I guess we'll just track the league table because it's going to be possible to keep track of all these results going on. So we'll try and keep track of the league table as it goes through. I'll make sure the league table is up for between highlights and stuff. And Ace want to get the first highlight of the game. I also wonder how much of a negative effect it is that we're not playing at our home stadium. I really do think that sometimes. So we are currently still in as things stand and as results currently stand. But a lot of teams haven't played in this match day. They're playing, I guess tomorrow. In terms of a tactical perspective, there's not too much to look at in this game. It's our first match. We're against a team much, much better than us. You know what I mean? So I guess if we get absolutely smashed, that might be something to be concerned about. But good little football this. Go on then, play out to Beneem. Beneem gets on it. Plays to Oxford. I think he's offside there. Miller back into Oxford. He's onside this time, and that should have been a goal. It was nice to see us sustain an attack better than we were previously and keep the attack near their goal. And Kidden wins this back for us. That's good. Kyle Andrew. Back into Kidden. Back into Andrew. Back into Kidden. Back into Burley. Good stay on the ball, lads. Good football. Like this. That's it. Stay on the ball. Be creative. Stay on the ball. That's it. Like this. Playing out around the press. Giannis now plays it into Beneem, who hasn't got quite the anticipation to get there. Now they're going to be able to attack against us. Miller gets his foot in. And they go straight in behind because, of course, they do. And they could have scored, but Norval decides he's going to save one for once and keep us in the game. They're just getting back to Luke Norval. Into Andrew. Plays it long up to Beneem. 5'3" Beneem. Are you taking the piss, lads? What sort of football was that? I tell you what, he deserved to concede there, really. Norval gets it, rolls it to, hopefully a defender does, Mitchell King. In here quickly, should have played it early into the fullback, but didn't. Now, might get punished for this, but Kwame wins it back. Beneem. Miller, got to release it. Burley, release it again. Good. Beneem, got a little overload here. Oxby, is he onside? He must be onside because it would have... Oh, it's a late flag. I thought the flag wasn't going to come, to be honest. I think he could be on, though. He's offside. Throw in for Milan. They're going to build down the left-hand side. Well, they're right, our left. Kwame dribbles away from the midfielders. He runs all the way away from there. Gives the ball away. What a shame. Could have been a chance for us there. They're probably going to get a chance against us now. Tompkin is working his way, but I do like the fact that the wingers are working back and doing a bit of good stuff for us defensively. I'm not sure what formation Milan are playing, actually. I've not really looked at that. Oxby's onside. He's going to get to it, isn't he? He does! Oh, and it's finally a goal for us from a goalkeeping error for the first time in the entire bloody series. And it's 1-0 to Burton. We'll take a bit of that. Thank you very, very much. Kwame pings it in behind. Aaron Oxby gets there because he's a legend. My one concern playing this tactic was that with the other team that I've played this with, we had a really, really good number 10, and that's what made it work as a tactic. We don't have that. I mean, I could play Oxby as the 10 and play Kwame as a striker. That would probably work better in terms of the actual tactic. Well, obviously not best for the team. That's got to be opposite. But it looks good and threatening. And you've seen how far out of form we are. So even if we go on to lose this game 2-1, if it's like a dodgy penalty and an own goal kind of thing, we can still take a lot of positives from this. 3 clear-cut chances are created by us, and not a penalty, of course. So that's really, really good. We'll say things are going well to the boys. It's going to be an early highlight for Milan. They're going to play it across here. Kwame's going to head it back to Torrance, who just sends it up to Oxby, who's going to win the first one, gets to the second one. Look at this. Bit of classic Dunkirk-like football. Goes into Benim. Benim's going to whip it in there. Is he going to cut it back to Kwame? Oxby, 2. Come on. We're going to knock it round to the Champions League, surely. I've got to be honest, viewers. Like, it's crazy that you're joining me here with this because I think I've won 2 matches in, I don't know how many it's been off camera. And you watch me all of a sudden win against AC Milan of all teams, and it's 2-0. Wow. I say, do you know what? Why have I said 1? The game's not over yet. There's a long way to go. I'm going to take some players off here. I think Kidden needs to come off because he doesn't need to come off. I don't want to keep players on that are going to play an important part in the next match. Do you know what? Think about it. I think the first league match is actually another... It's 3-0. It's 3-0. I can't explain it to you, but we'll take it. Other than we've caught them cold. I guess the question now is, for us, is do you do a squad team talk still? Because technically the last match was a win. So you don't want to upset the boys, do you? And say that you're not playing well and we need to try and do better when they've just won a huge game. And also in the centre midfields, I mean, I should probably take Kwame off actually because he's going to play a huge role in the next game. So I'll put John King up there. I guess Dylan Wilson could come on. Yeah, Gareth Miller has gone in there as a defensive midfielder support and been brilliant, hasn't he? So, you know, that's interesting. Against AC Milan of all teams, he's just rocked up, decided to be an absolutely top European level central fielder. So, loving this. We've got a pretty weak team up there now. Hopefully they can survive the last 20 minutes and not concede 3 goals. That's the hope, of course, as we go through here. And I'm pretty sure Benin was offside. And he's not, and it's 4. It's 4. I mean, I'm not getting carried. The reason I'm not getting more excited is I feel like we've just caught them cold, the tactical change. And yeah, we'll see how it works, though, going forwards. What a ball this is. I guess this guy's playing him onside, trying to trap the run of John King, and that is 4-0. Corner. Could be 5. It is 5. It is 5. 5-0 to Burton Albion. I just don't understand what we're seeing. I don't know what to tell you. And we could still easily go down. It's not just that we've won, but it's a 3.01 XG with no penalty. And we've only conceded 1 XG. I mean, I do feel like we're always going to give them a chance with this tactic, whoever we're playing against. But we sort of were anyway, I guess. So there you are. Everton's in 4 days' time. Okay, so that confirms our place, I think, in the Champions League. Yeah, we're through. We're actually through the Champions League. I don't believe it. Burton Albion make it through with 4 wins out of 8 games and 4 losses, making it a dead even record there, I guess. So, okay, I'll see you in 4 days of the Everton game. It's actually quite a big game. 14th at home and then 5th at home. Yeah, 2 big games. Come on, Burton Albion. Okay, here we go then. Everton at home. This is a big, big game. We've got Oxby suspended, Stevenson Ford out injured with the flu, and Benima suspended. So John King's going to roll back the years and give us a start as a striker, I think. It's either I can do that, or I could play Kwame as a striker, and I could play somebody else in there as a 10. Do you know what? Gareth Miller, do you know I'm changing this? Gareth Miller did so well. I'm going to play Kwame as a striker and then play Brennan Hughes as the 10. I think that's what I should do. Who played next to Miller, by the way? Was it Burley as a CDM? It was. Okay. I'm still for now going to go with Hudson next to him, I think. And I think I'll go that way around as well and let Miller play in the same position. And I'll play Burley left back. I think that's the best thing to do. But we could play Torrance at left back going forwards and play Burley as a CDM. It's also an option. Right, we'll go with that though. That's going to be a team. Here we go. Come on, Burton Albion. Huge moment in the series this is going to be. And just to reiterate, if you aren't sure what the team is, yeah, Novel's in goal. Burley, Andrew King, Giannis across the back. Hudson in Miller pivots. Kiernan, Helder on the wings. Hughes off of Kwame up front. Here we go. Again, the problem with this system is the lack of strength and depth in the wide areas, which we're going to find out right now, I think. But here we go. System manager says, pick up where you left off. Okay. It's an instant highlight in the game. I don't think we've had one of these in ages, apart from when they go against us. I was hoping there was a red card highlight instant. It would be great, but it's not. I probably could have played Brennan Hughes wide, now I think about it, instead of Helder, to sort of recreate Benin with a player that's slightly better wide. Brennan Hughes played wing-back, obviously, for quite a long time for us, and although he's not got the most dribbling, he has got 15 acceleration at the moment. That's what he's gone up to from 14 in recent times. Now, this is a very patient start to the game. Miller plays a terrible pass into Kwame, and they're going to counter us. They go in behind to Everton, and this could be danger right off the bat. It's so lucky, and they score, and it's 1-0. Everton throw. They build their attack. They go. Oh, that was another close highlight. That Norval's going to hold on to it, and they're going to continue the highlight here. Mitchell King gets it this time, plays it hopefully into Giannis. Is right open there. Come on, just play it into Giannis. He was right there, lads. Come on. Need to do better. Burley. Dribbles, cuts it back to Kyle Andrew for no apparent reason. Now they sort of box themselves in a little bit. Luckily, this player dropped off Hudson. Now we can get out. Burley plays it across to Miller. It's a risky pass. We get away with it. Mitchell King, not much on. Tries a long one in behind. It's going to go to nobody. The goalkeeper's going to try and... what's he going to do with this? This could be a mistake here. What's he doing? Yeah, he's gone straight into our player. We rebounded yet another attack. Come on, right hand side. Here we go, Giannis. Here we go, Giannis. Helder. Helder shoots from distance. What the... Kwame has it. Plays it back into Giannis. Giannis, right hand side. Plays into Helder. Gets tackled. This might not be a penalty, but it could be. No penalty. Goal kick. Novel plays the Mitchell King. He's got Giannis early if he wants him. He uses him this time, finally. He's going to travel with it. And now he's going to look to link up with somebody. Gives it to Helder. Helder back to Giannis. Stays on the ball. Plays back to Mitchell King. Into Miller. Plays it across to Tom Kiernan. That's a pretty poor effort, to be honest. Brendan Hughes gets it back, though. Gets it back off of Kiernan. Brendan Hughes goes through. Shoots. Goalkeeper saves. We'll say go and do it for the fans. And, yeah, we need some changes here. I'm going to try and get the same team up that played in the last game, really. Let's get Hudson off. Let's get Torrance on. Corner for Everton. Goes towards the far post. And it's going to be... Or is he giving a penalty? I think he has. Gonzalo has it. And he scores, and it's 2. Free kick. Hughes, far post towards Carl Andrew. Headed away. Kwame's going to get there. Play it back into hopefully somebody. Keeps going. Loses it. And this is going to end it probably for us here. Really disappointing after, like, 5-0 AC Milan and this. Like, devastating. Morris, Kwame, play across goal. Play across goal. Okay, that'll do. At least he scored. 2-1 defeat to Everton, we'll say. Unlucky, but I think it's time to do another squad team talk. I'm really disappointed with that. I was hoping that we'd get a win there, but we didn't. So we'll do a squad team talk now. Dynamics, team meeting, we'll say encourage, positive. The only thing that's obviously keeping me a little more upbeat about everything there is the fact that Benim and Oxley both missed that game. But we'll see. We'll see if that's the reason that we lost against Everton there. And I'll see you in 4 days for the game against Bournemouth. So yeah, we get Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. But we also have now got John King injured for 5 weeks, which is not great for a backup striker, although he's not really done anything anyway. 15 times off the bench, hasn't scored a single time. I actually introduced Whiteland here to the bench to be a backup striker because I thought maybe he could do the job as a striker rather than a central midfield player. If he got quick enough, his pace, really, it's a bit of an issue. But we'll try him as a striker, because why not? At this point, we've got nobody else. That is going to be your team. We're going to put Torrance back at left back, Burley CDM. We're going to play Hughes instead of Miller and improve the team there and go the rest of the team the same as it was against Milan. So hopefully that's the best team we can put out there. Hopefully they can get a win for us. Hopefully they can get a win for us, and we'll see how we get on. Assistant manager says, should have already got what it takes. That's more like it. Inspiring from the assistant manager. I love that. Don't forget, Bournemouth are 4th in the league and playing very, very well. They actually won the last game as well. But it was a day after ours, so Andrew de Burley. Burley plays it across to Steve Torrance, who's going to run away with the ball. Gets tackled easily. Plays a terrible pass. Oxby's on the end of it. Is he going to score? He doesn't. Doesn't score the rebound either. I just feel like a slightly different kind of threat with Oxby and Kwame as the two sort of like striker and number 10. I feel like we've got more of a chance at getting like cheap goals, which we just don't have if they're not playing. Especially Oxby, of course. Kyle Andrew into Brennan Hughes again, maybe. No, up to Oxby. Into Kwame. There it is. Playing. Oh, I should have played him earlier. He was right there, lads. Oh, lads, such a great chance to get that. We're going to get to this easily, are we, Giannis? We are. We're going to hope to play somebody else. Get Brennan Hughes into Mitchell King, into Burley, into Kwame, into Oxby. Some great football played here. This is delicious stuff. Kwame goes all the way through. Is he going to score? He's not going to score that. Thrown here to Bournemouth. They're going to throw the ball back. Hopefully we can lock them into a position here and try and win the ball off them. Here we go. Get some early pressure on, lads. Everybody's covered here. Come on. Yes, Oxby. That's exactly what you're there for. Good lad. Got to score this time. Come on. 1-0. We needed that. Yeah, when we got them here, I thought we had man-for-man everywhere. And in real life, this would be a problem for him if he did anything but play long down the line. And he gave it away. 1-0 to Burton Albion. Highlight right before half-time. We cannot afford to concede from this. I don't mind if it's a highlight where we just miss the target, but please don't concede from this highlight. Kiernan, Mitchell King. In here, Benim takes a touch into Oxby. Good. When they play quick, they're playing really good. Benim goes through. He scores. He's often. And he does it again. Come on! We've got a chance, chat. Viewers. Don't know what you call you. I don't know what to call you, but here we go. We've got a chance. That's 2. 2 and 2 highlights. We needed this. Thank Christ. This is a brilliant bit of combination play yet again from the boys, by the way. I mean, that was lucky, but the first bit... That was lucky, but the first bit right before that was really, really good. And that is going to be 2-0. And we'll say things are going well. Keep it going. Set piece for Bournemouth. Whipped in towards the far post. Headed towards goal. It's headed over the bar. We've got a couple of tired lads. Kinnan is one of them, and so is Kwame. So I think Helder for Kinnan, that's an easy change. And the number 10 is more difficult, I guess. Maybe we could put Helder as a 10. No, or do it. Do we go Whiteland as a striker? Should we do it? Let's do it. Let's go Oxby back, and let's go Whiteland as a striker. Let's try that. Brennan Hughes is struggling as well. That should be too far out to go in, but you never know. It's left-footed. It's really on the wall. Keeper saves it just. They get another chat. Oh, they score the bloody second one. Brennan Hughes off. Gareth Miller on. I am concerned now. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm actually going to undo this change. Sorry, Whiteland's going to come off after only a few minutes. I'm going to put Benim, I think, into the attack with the role, and I'm going to put Lockwood on the wing. I think we can go with that as the team to try and see out the game. Well, it's not just seeing out the game. We've got to try and compete for a few minutes here as well. I think we go to our 3 at the back tactic, ironically, because I don't like this tactic when I'm trying to see out the game. From the other save that I had it in, I just don't like it. So I think we're going to go to this to try and see out the game, which I think is the best move. Because I know that tactic struggles to see out the game. I've had experiences before with it. So I think we go to this. We go to that. Can we get a team out of this, though? We can get that. That works. We can get Torrance in the back line. That works. Left wing back's now an issue, right? That's the current issue. I think that gives us a team with everybody in their right position for this tactic, pretty much. So that's the best we've got to see out this game, I think. Time wasting up. Counter comes off. Can you do it, lads? It's over to you. It's over to you. If we survive, I'll probably just keep it as it is and hope that we don't lose it. I'm being honest. And they're going to get a chance now. They cut inside. They go around the first defender. They cut it across. And there it is. And it's 2-2. Oh, it's another highlight. I've gone to the normal version of the tactic with wide centre-back support and CM attack. But I don't know if that's going to be enough for us here. Benim into Helder. Just run away from Helder. Just get it in the box to Oxby. Cross it now. Cross it. Oxby. Oh, and he scored. Come on. What a goal. What a header. And it's 3-2. Right, on that note, we're going to go to what we're going to do here. I don't know what to do. Right, back to 4-3-1, I think. That's it. Game over. Finishes 3-2 to Burton Albion. My God, we needed that. We needed that so badly. Like, not just to get a point. We needed to get 3. Because there are not many games left that we can win. And breathe in space. It puts us 4 points ahead of Leicester with the game in hand still. But the one problem we've got, and it's going to be a problem for the rest of the season, well, maybe only 2 matches, but playing Champions League matches, because not only is the extra games during the week that are going to make you more tired for the games at the weekend, they're going to be games that you're probably going to get beaten badly in. So it might only affect 2 matches. It might only affect Arsenal and Bournemouth. But, yeah, so at least it's not going to affect us before we play Leicester, which is the big one. I think that's one of our games in hand here against Wolves coming up as well. So, yeah, I don't know, off camera, I think I'm going to play. I've got to bring back for the Champions League, right? So I've got Bournemouth again there. So, yeah, let's do Madrid, West Ham, and then we'll do the youth intake. How does that sound? Hopefully that sounds okay to everybody. So we'll do play a game, miss a game, play a game, miss a game, play a game, and see where we are at going into the last episode. And the final episode will likely be, they will do 4 games because we want to see the whole relegation run. So the last episode will be Southampton, Fulham, Watford, United, then the end of season review and all that kind of stuff, right? So 2 more episodes to go. Well, to be fair, I'm assuming we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League. Who knows? Maybe a miracle is about to happen, but unlikely, isn't it? But that is going to conclude the episode. We finish the league table looking like this. I'm still only really looking at Leicester because they're an extra 3 points behind Brentford, but I guess it could be anybody. So Fulham have been creeping back up, and they've got 2 games in hand on everybody else, 1 game in hand on us. So there is that possibility as well, but it's very, very close. That is going to do the episode. I'm going to have a drink of coffee, and I'll be recording the next episode in a second as well for me. So for me, in a few minutes, for you, in a couple of days. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all, of course, next time.